New year, new blood and iron class tier list. Every year I'm gonna start doing these, and obviously the meta shifts. So this one is the most up-to-date tier list and the most based one. Also like the video. It helps the video in the algorithm, and subscribe because I'm trying to hit 6,000 subscribers. Also, I have now launched channel memberships. Yeah, you can join the channel membership thing and become a channel member. Help support me, and it comes with cool perks, like you get a cool little custom badges, a few emotes or emojis. I'll add more soon. It's brand new, so there's obviously going to be stuff that gets added. Yeah, if you want to become a channel member, click that join thing on my channel and you'll be able to become one. Anyways, back to the video. We're going to start off with artillery. Artillery is going to go in the great tier. You get a huge cannon, and there's the howitzer and there is the normal cannon. The howitzer is extremely hard to use. The explosive shots at far ranges, very hard to do, even for me. The normal cannon, that round shot is extremely devastating. You can hit multiple people if you're lucky. It's very hard to like master though. You have to get used to like mastering it. You have to know how to use the little aim reticle because it's kind of hard to do if you're not aware of where it's gonna land and all that stuff. Artillery is gonna go in great tier because it is a great class. Line infantry, we're gonna put it in the best ever. The bayonet is absolutely busted. The gun's also very good at medium, close and medium range. It's not the greatest, a very good gun to use. Slightly less accurate higher ranges, but it still is a very solid gun. Good reload for blood and iron standards. And yeah, that line infantry is gonna go in the best ever tier. Sappers are weird because there was a point last year where they were really struggling when cuirassiers came out. I'm gonna put them in low great tier. Cuirassiers absolutely counter them. Also a lot of sappers suck at the game. Like there are a bunch of like mobile players, which I'm not being mean to mobile players. A lot of them are still doing soup, which is like, come on bro, it's like 2025 already. But the axe is still terrifying, and if you get played against a really laggy sapper, you're gonna have a really rough time. And yeah, sapper's going in the great tier. Heavy cav, I'm gonna put it in bad. Now a lot of people in the last video were like, basically a better officer. You shouldn't be playing guns like that in cav maps. Cavalry absolutely are a huge counter to officers and all that stuff unless you can land a good shot at the cavalry. Not only that, you get the worst horse in the game. And also it's just like, bro, why are you running an officer in Ulper, you know? Like like if you're playing like big maps like Ulper and all that stuff, if you were gonna run an infantry, you would run light infantry or something, you know, like rifle or something, that type of stuff, not officer. That's my perspective. I think that it's pretty bad if you're gonna use a gun. This is when dragoons come in, and dragoons are in the best ever, best cav in the game so far. Hussars used to be the best, but they're getting outclassed by dragoons because one, the dragoon has a slightly bigger horse, so when you're trying to like hit them with your sword, when you're on the ground fighting them with your sword, it's a little harder to hit them. And also the gun's pretty good at what it does. You get either the officer pistol when you're an officer, or if you're a ranker, you get the musketoon. Really good for getting off the horse, pop shotting, and then getting out of there. A very solid HP horse, solid size horse. And overall, it just has everything that you need in the cavalry. And yeah, it's going to go in the best ever. Officer, the best ever as well. Slightly a little bit worse than before because a lot of people have began to use light infantry more, but the fact that you can move while reloading, and also the pistol at very close ranges, a headshot is an insta kill. You might hit some people at far ranges, and yeah, for close quarters this class is absolutely amazing. You also get a sword, which is very nice. That also has an officer buff, which gives you better aim. So yeah, going in the best ever. Lancer, I have to put this in bad. Lancers are struggling in this meta right now. The issue is that this class is pretty good against other cavalry, and that's it. The lance, when you're on the floor without your horse, it's terrible. Like actually one of the worst weapons in the game, if not the worst. The lance is also really hard to use. Like you have to hit it in a specific way, and it's just hard to like learn sometimes. So yeah, it's in bad. It's a pretty bad class right now. You know, the heavy cavalry, at least you get a little gun. Back then, if you were on a light horse with the lancer, you were able to one-shot infantry. You can't do that anymore, which was like the only good thing about the Lancer back then. And yeah, it's like struggling really hard right now, so it's gonna have to go into the bad tier. Musicians, it's going in great tier because it's pretty good at support, because they all do the same thing. They give a slight reload buff, but because of that, it helps a lot with other classes like rifles, also light infantry as well, and it provides support. It's a support class. Yeah, that's pretty much all it does. Has some cool songs as well if you want to just play around. Color bearer, going in great. Having a swing speed buff, very awesome. Makes axes swing pretty fast, makes sword swing pretty fast as well. It's going in the great tier because it just has that, and it has a sword, which is cool. Cuirassiers have to go in mid. People are adapting to the cuirassiers now. They were really scary back then when they first dropped, but the issue is that, one, they have the worst horse in the game, the heavy horse. They have really bad walk speed because of the armor. It blocks 33%, but it doesn't block bullets. The only thing that you're gonna really use this against, honestly, now is sappers, which it's pretty good against sappers. Also knives, but like knives aren't even that scary unless you're like 1 HP. They're falling off now. They're not very useful unless there's a huge army of them, which is pretty scary to deal with. And yeah, it's gonna have to go in the mid tier because of that. Rifleman, I've been having a lot of fun with this class. It's gonna go in the top of great tier. It's not the best, but my god, that gun is absolutely insane. Any ranges, you hit a headshot, it's a kill. That reload is bad though, and also the sword is pretty hard to use. It's not the worst sword in the game now, and yeah, it's gonna go in the top of great tier. Light infantry, I don't really have to say why. It's gonna literally go all the way up here. We're gonna arrange officer this way as well. Best class in the game still. Doesn't one shot all the time at far ranges, and it has a good reload. That's pretty good. The sword is also solid. The accuracy is great. An overall really strong class. Just maybe there's no bayonet, but honestly, like, if you know how to use the sword, you're fine. Yeah, it's gonna have to go in the best ever. Pikeman, really high trash. It's still the worst class in the game. It one-shots cav, but like, if the cav falls down, then what do you defend yourself with, you know? And the swing speed is still terrible for this thing. The pike is just so weird to use. The hitbox, if they're right in your face, it doesn't hit them at all, because, you know, it's a huge stick. It's literally going through their body. Yeah, it's still gonna have to go in the trash tier. I don't know what else to say about this. Partisan, mid. You get a random array of weapons and stuff. Like, it's RNG based, and you can get something very good or something very bad. It's RNG. You can have some fun. It's like gambling, but like, honestly, bro, like, chill out. Has cool exclusive weapons though, but other than that, like, it's just completely random. So yeah, it's gonna have to go in the mid tier. Hussar, finally, last one. Hussar, the middle of great. The Hussar used to be absolutely terrifying, but ever since they changed the horse sizes, which they've changed the horse sizes for all of the horses, which you can tell which one is a light horse, which the light horse is still really good, by the way. You're gonna probably get hit. It's very easy to get hit. You can also easily get shot now too. The horse is still fast. The Hussar is pretty good against like other cav, but it's just not as good as it used to be. A lot of people are using guns. You can easily get shot. I've seen a lot of people run it, get easily shot. It's still a great class, but it's definitely not the best ever. Those four are the best ever right now. And yeah, it's going to go in the great tier because of that. So this was the tier list. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, leave a like and a sub. Let me know what your favorite class is as well. So take care, guys. Subscribe. I'm trying to hit 6,000. And also become a channel member. It starts at $1. You get access to those cool perks. So take care and goodbye.